Hey, I'm Stephanie Ferrara, your Empowered Creativity Coach. As a Christ-centered business coach, I help women in the early stages of their business to develop strong foundations for a healthy, thriving, God-driven business. One of the pillars of what I coach with my clients is branding themselves personally, creating a personal brand as opposed to a corporate brand. Now, let me explain the difference here. A corporate brand, you recognize a logo, you don't know who's behind it. You know there's probably some big team of executives and all of that that's back there making things happen, but you never know who's really back behind all of that unless you have a more outgoing actual business owner who's doing the commercials and all that kind of stuff. But for what most people are doing today, and especially those that I do business with that are my clients and are in my audience, you're usually a solopreneur. You're the only one. You're here and you're building your own business, your own empire. Maybe you have a few contractors that work for you. Maybe you've got a virtual assistant, a small team, but for the most part, it's you. And I have run into women often who don't want to brand themselves. And I think part of that is a fear of feeling like, well, who am I? And why would somebody want to do business with me? Let me just create this company name that has nothing to do with me, and I'll just pretend that I'm just some big thing in the background or some little thing in the background. Either way, what I have found, though, really works best, and this is something I know this is not going to be like earth-shattering, something you've never heard. People like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. If you hide behind your logo, if nobody ever gets to see your face and you are just posts on social media with a logo and there's words, they don't get to know who you are. You may have a fabulous product. You may be an amazing coach. You may be a fantastic, health coach, or you might be able to really dig deep in with somebody and help them get over their fears and some of the mindset things that are holding them back. You may be great at what you do, but if they never get to know you, then they don't get to know who they're actually going to be working with. And so that's one big thing, and reason why I think that it is so important to brand yourself over branding your business. Even if your business has a different name, like my business has a different name. My business is not Stephanie Ferrara Inc. It is Empowered Creativity Inc. However, you get me. When you go to try to find my company, you try to find me, you're going to find me. I'm Coach Stephanie Ferrara, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, I'm Coach Stephanie Ferrara. I'm me. I'm not Empowered Creativity. Empowered Creativity is a legal name that I have attached to my company, and it serves meaning. It has meaning to me, definitely, but it's not, you're not doing business. You didn't come to listen to me because of Empowered Creativity. You came to listen to me because you've gotten to know me. And that's what's so important and why branding yourself is so important. Number two, second reason why personal branding is important is because it really helps you in the long run to expand your business. Let's say you start your business and you've got one product. Now, it might be a course, it might be a certain coaching program, it might be a physical product. If you brand your business around that one product, then what happens when you decide to add a second product? You decide to add a third course. You decide, I can coach in this area, but I can also coach in this area and be really effective. And they kind of go together, but I can do them separately. Well, if I've totally branded myself as, let's say for me, my group coaching program is called Lead. If I branded my company as Lead and all it was about initially was that 6-month group coaching program, well, then it wouldn't make sense when I add another product that has to do with money mindset, or I add a product that has to do with just identifying your niche, because I've branded this company as lead, and that is the product and that is the company. And so you get pigeonholed in when you brand as your product. But when you brand as you, when you go out there and you're presenting your company, no matter what you've named it, when you present your company as you are opened up so much to flexibility. There's just thinking about where we are right now and what's happened, where a lot of people who did business offline mainly, they maybe had a Facebook page, maybe had a website, but most of their business was offline, and they've had to shift some, right, to try to maintain business and do that online. I know that for some it was very difficult to take what they were doing and to think of it differently for online. Well, it kind of becomes the same thing, but when you brand as yourself, when you really create the personal brand, when you define what's important to you in your company, what is your main goal on as an overall like umbrella type vision or mission, whatever word you want to put to it, of why you are in business, then you can come to the market with an initial product, but then you're able to expand out or shift some without totally having to rebrand, do a new logo, because everything had to do with the one product. And then number 3, the third reason, sorry, this hand's kind of hard to do a 3. We'll do a 3 with this one. Number 3, the third reason why I think it is so important and so beneficial for you to brand personally, to create a personal brand as opposed to a corporate brand, is because God gave you very specific gifts, very specific talents and abilities, and He gave you a very specific mission. And it is okay for you to give yourself permission to go out into the world as you and do that. And you don't have to run into, you can tell that imposter syndrome that says, who am I to do this? You can tell it to leave because it's not needed here, because God gave you this vision and God created you. So God's the one who said, you are the one. And that speaks volumes when you can stand in that power, stand in that presence, that, you know, God gave me this dream and God gave me these talents, and He did it not for me to hide behind an image, behind some false image, but He did it for me to go out and be me in the marketplace. And so I encourage you to really consider how you have branded your company. I'll give you an example. For me, and this is my personal example, I've had this Facebook page for many years. And if you've been around from the beginning, when I first started this Facebook page, this business page, I was in network marketing. And I grew this page quite a bit doing one product, but I didn't talk only about that one product. I was me. It's been Stephanie Ferrara. Now, originally it was Stephanie Ferrara Biz. Now it's Coach Stephanie Ferrara as far as how you get there, but still it's me. And I've actually shifted my business a couple different times during this, but you've always found me here at Stephanie Ferrara. And that has allowed me that flexibility to change as my life changed, as products I was using changed, as I went from one company to another. You still were here with me, even though my product changed. And so that is beneficial because I don't have to go create a brand new audience if, you know, something falls out. Like I know people who were in, you know, one particular network marketing business, and that network marketing business went out of business. Well, those who branded themselves as just like that company's products would almost have to start totally over with a new company unless they personally branded and they were bringing value to their audience despite the product. It was like the product was just on the side there, but they were bringing other value to their audience. And when you're doing that, when you're bringing other value to your audience, they'll stick with you, even if your product changes, even if you have to make a shift in your business, because they're there for you. And you have created a friendship, a relationship with them. And that is what is key. That's what really matters most, is the relationship that you're creating with your audience. So to wrap up and give you my 3 reasons why I truly believe personal branding is so important, especially as a small business. 1, know, like, and trust. People want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And when they can get to know you, as you notice, I share stuff. I've got pictures of my kid. I've got pictures of my dog. You see what's going on. You get real life with me, like, just going to Sonic. It's not crazy overboard, but it's there. You get me and every version of me, if there are versions. But it's important because that helps you get to know that, like, I'm normal, I'm everyday, there's nothing fancy schmancy about me, and you're not just getting a highlight reel for me. Number 2 is it allows you to shift and change products, to add and expand without having to rebrand. And then number 3, most importantly, you are you could say you're your product, right? But you have been given very specific, very intentional gifts and abilities from God that you are to take to the world, take to the marketplace to help others. And there's no need to hide you behind a logo. So sure, create your logo, make it pretty, make it something that means something to you. Make it something that is recognizable, so as people see your social posts and they see things, you've created a brand, and definitely there is something to there's a need for the graphic, the branding as far as imagery. Definitely, you want to be recognizable. But what's going to help them associate that with you is getting to know you. And then they're going to feel you when they see the images that you post, when they see what you're putting out there on social media. They're going to be able to, when they're reading your post on social media, they're going to be able to hear your voice reading it because they've gotten to know you. And that's what's really going to keep them around. It's going to make them loyal, and it's going to increase the chances, increase your probability of gaining customers because they have gotten to know you.